Hello and welcome everyone. Today I brought an interesting topic that I would like to share. This topic is all about how you can improve as a jungler. This will be harder though than just listening to my secret sauce and you will climb in the next game thanks to this advice. But trust me, before you click on the next video, it's worth watching. I think pretty much everyone agrees that reviewing is probably going to help you become a better player, but close to nobody actually takes their time to review their games. Well, pro players have no choice. Their coaches will sit down with the players and go in depth about every decision making process. Now, the best teams even have a separate coach for each lane, so it helps even more to learn how to become good at laning. But most of us, and that's 99% of us, will never take the time to do that and won't review their losses. As you already know, I'm coaching junglers with both free coaching for new Discord members and paid coaching as well if you really want to go in depth and learn how to jungle. I have helped manage students before to reach Diamond and even Masters, so what are you waiting for? But anyways, back to today's video's topic. Why are people too lazy to review their games? Well, reviewing can seem like a lot less fun than just playing the next game or even just occupying yourself with something else while you're waiting in the queue. Watching random TikTok videos or watching YouTube is obviously way more fun, I agree. I'm definitely guilty of this, but if we are being honest, reviewing is one of the most effective ways to improve at the game. Let me explain why. Before you quit because you don't know what to look for in a VOD review, I will explain that as well later on, so just listen if you are serious about climbing and really want to become a better jungler. Obviously, this helps laners as well, but I'm mainly focusing on junglers. It is really easy to be the victim and say your bot lane run it down again, or your mid laner logged in Yasuo and he went 0-10 like every Yasuo does when they are on your team. But you will never climb if you have the victim mindset and you are watching this video because you have had enough. You want to climb and want to escape bad players. So when you review, you will get a way better idea of what actually went wrong, and from there it will be way easier to take steps to prevent those bad plays and improve your game. You can use OBS, it's free and runs even on a potato PC. Just because if you see your POV, what you are looking at and what informations you are missing, it's easier to notice your mistakes that way. But worst case, if your PC really cannot handle recording software like OBS, you can simply just download the game inside your client and review it like that. My favorite software for that is Inside Capture, and no, it's not sponsored, but I have a better experience with that than something like Outplayed. That works too, but it has some problems. Anyway, back to the video's topic. Reviewing is also massive for giving you more intent and helping you think critically in your next game. While every game you play is going to be unique, there are going to be similarities between what happened in each game. This is why pattern recognition is so important, because as soon as you see something similar to what you have seen before, you will remember instantly what to do. Even if you don't know exactly what to do, you will be able to be more comfortable in those scenarios, and that will help you come to a better decision in the future. For example, in my case, I could read a whole book about how to jungle, but I would forget half of those things the next day. But if I keep watching games and better players than I am, I can learn from their pathing. But every person has a different learning style. If you are someone like me, then your best way to improve and learn is by VOD reviewing or watching better players. Now, if you have never reviewed before, it will be difficult, and oftentimes people start trying to look at the wrong things as to why they are losing. This time it's super important to ignore what your teammates are doing. Your support never works, your top laner is split pushing and dies solo for the 10th time. If you can't ignore these things, you will never learn. So here are my recommendations for reviewing. First, record your gameplay. Recording your gameplay has become much easier and more accessible with a bunch of different capture software. I already recommended free, you can pick the one you like the most. As long as you can record your gameplay with it, it doesn't matter what you use. So I already said we need our gameplay first and why it's important to have our POV instead of seeing it in third person. Remember, League is all about what we are placing attention on, so we need to make sure that we are placing our attention on the right things. So now that we have our VOD review, where do we start? Do we have to record the whole game? Well, depending on what you use, it might record your full game or only the kills, assists and deaths. Preferably the whole game is better. We are going to mainly focus on the first 1 minute. For junglers, the early game will be the most important part. Before you complete your first item, that's the early game. This is how I first started reviewing, and sometimes I still do reviews like this because of how effective it is. The first 8 to 10 minutes of a game, or even earlier, is often where the game is set up for success or failure. If you are making mistakes in this time frame, you are going to be at a massive disadvantage for the rest of the game, and that's why it's so important to clean up this part first. Go through the first 8 to 10 minutes and look at every death you have. Deaths are the clearest indicator of mistakes, and this is the most streamlined way to see which mistakes you are making that lead to your deaths and fix those. Once you clean up most of your deaths in the first 8 to 12 minutes, then you can begin to look at other mistakes in the early game. Things I would focus on are reset timers, ganks, and the most important part, your first early clear. As a jungler, it's crucial to see if your early game plan was good or if it was a bad idea to pet towards bot or pet towards top. Perhaps you missed the gank window on mid between your full clear. How often you look at laners, or are you pressing tab to track the enemy jungler's CS whenever they are visible on the map? But it's okay to not know the solution to the mistakes you are making in the games immediately. But the idea is that you get thinking about the mistakes so you can either research how better players play differently and avoid those mistakes and how they avoid that, or so you can experiment and find a solution that works for you. Finally, as you get better at reviewing, it will become more clear to you what exactly went wrong in the game as it's happening. You will begin to get this feeling of knowing that you made a mistake as you are making it, and that will give you a clear moment to look at during the review. The goal of reviewing is to make your mistakes more clear and to fix the most important problems first. The most important problems that will give you the most improvements the fastest. In my experience, if you master your first full clear and pressing tab and looking at your lanes between your camps will help you a lot to recognize ganks and fix your bad habit of being lazy. I used to be lazy and not look at my lanes nor at my minimap enough. Let me know if this simple introduction to reviewing helps and if you give it a try. Let me know how it goes and what you think. If you want clarity on anything or have any questions, let me know in the comments and I will be happy to answer them. You seem to really like the last time I made a video in which I'm mostly talking about different things, not just jungle petting or mistakes, but about how you might have the wrong mindset about rank. So I really appreciate the feedback and the support on those videos as well. I also want to talk about the Discord server, about which I talked before and mentioned in every video. I want to make the server more active and want a friendly environment where we can talk about League, but about other things as well, which might not even be game related. But that's it from me today, guys, and I appreciate all the support and feedback on my videos. As always, a like and comment helps the channel and makes me even more motivated to keep going. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and see you all in my next video.